Hey CJ, it's Viola. How you doing? Okay, I wanted to hop in here real quick and just go over a couple of things about your website and just pretty much touch base on what is possible for how we can make it happen. So first off, I want to say I love how you do have a clickable phone number up here. Super important because 99% of the people that land on your site are going to be using their mobile phone. So you definitely want to make it easy for them to be able to access someone, considering they've already found the site, right? Definitely want your menu to be a little bit larger and probably over here instead of right dead center, but that's okay. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. Okay, that's it. So Google likes to see at least 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on the homepage, and that's for two reasons. The first reason is because Google has crawlers, right? They're crawling the page to see exactly what it is that you do and what area you serve to do it in. So for example, if you had this, imagine if you had this on your page, Handyman Stone Mountain, on here a bunch of times, right? Let's say you had it on here like 10 to 12 times. Google is going to find you really relevant for that search term, and they're going to be willing to put you higher up in the search for that particular term, right? But you and I spoke earlier, and you said you would like to focus more on the Atlanta area. So let's take a look and see. Atlanta Handyman. When somebody goes to Google and they type in Atlanta Handyman, the first thing you see are the Google guaranteed ads. These are paid ads that you can get, and of course that's an option, but aside from the paid ads, a lot of people do bypass that. And then you're going to see this section right here. These three companies that you see in the top positions, they're getting the bulk of the business, and the reason why are for a few factors. The first thing, well, first off, we like to call this the map pack, right? Because it's always right next to the map. And the main thing that is driving these companies to the top is something called a citation. All a citation is simply your business name, address, and phone number listed throughout different directories across the World Wide Web. So for example, if 404 ATL Handyman had 232 citations, then you want to make sure that you have at least 282 or somewhere around there, so that way you know you're outranking them every single month after month after month. All right. Now, if we scroll down, oh, and one last thing, you and I both know, if we click on this right here, we're going to find probably 10 to 20 other pages of other handymen throughout Atlanta that are doing the same exact thing. But the reality is nobody goes past page one for anything, right? So you definitely want to find our way onto this first page here. Then this section down here has everything to do with organics. Right, so this has everything to do with organic rankings. So I wanted to take a business that looks pretty much like a local business, not Angie's List. I don't care about them, or Yelp. I don't care about them either. So I took Atlanta Handyman, and I pulled them up right here. So this is their website. First thing I wanted to point out to you is that notice their URL says atlantashandyman.com. However, their website is called Mini Jobs. Right, so that goes to show you can call your business whatever you want, and you can have a totally different URL for it. Google is definitely going to pay a lot of attention to the URL first before they pay attention to the name of the business. It's best if it connects and it's the two, but this company has been doing this for probably 60 years. See, look, since 1987. So back then, the algorithm for Google was totally different. So who knows what they've gone through. But either way, look at their site. We can obviously see that you have a much better looking site than them. And they do not have 1,500 to 2,000 words on their website, yet they are ranking in the #1 position for your top keyword, right? Why is that? It's because of a few things. Aside from the amount of times that he has Atlanta Handyman somewhere on here, or Atlanta, etc. And there are other links here, I noticed down here, which is kind of strange, but they're down here, that probably has Atlanta on there, but there's actually something called a backlink, and that's probably helping them rank tremendously. So I'm going to hop over to this tool that I use called Ahrefs. It just lets me see the back end of a website, what's going on with it. So this is that site, atlantashandyman.com. The first thing you're going to see is a DR. A DR is essentially a power flow from Google, and the UR is a trust flow, and both of these numbers are increased by something called a backlink. Now, all a backlink simply is a link from a clickable link from another website, that when a client clicks on that link, it takes them over to your site, and in turn it passes trust and it passes power over to your site. So obviously I could click on this and see exactly what they're doing and how it's working for them and how I could get it to work for you. But I really want to dive into these keywords because this is what we use to find them, right? So if you take a look, Atlanta Handyman. Right here, this is telling us that 500 people look for this keyword on a monthly basis, right? This company is in the number 3 position for it, and they get 133 calls just from this one keyword. Do you see that? Then you have Handyman Atlanta. Totally different keyword. Same words, but totally different. 600 people look for that keyword on a monthly basis. They're in the number 8 position for this, and they still get 23 calls. So you see the big difference because number 8 puts you on page 2. Number 3 puts you on page 1. So you see the difference here of the two. Even though there's more search volume for this keyword, because they're on the first page, they're getting way more traffic for that keyword. And then the list goes on and on and on and on and on. You know, handyman, cabinet repair. And I know there's so much more that you do, but this is super important because you want to have these type of keywords on your page so that way you can get in front of them, because the more people that are going to be able to find your website is going to turn into the more clients that you're going to be able to land and the more people that are going to be able to call you for your businesses, right? The last thing I wanted to show you, sorry, I know I said I wanted to keep this under 5 minutes, but this is your website, CTS Handyman. You know, and this is nothing to scoff at. You know, this is very typical for a site that has not had a lot of marketing or any type of marketing done for it, right? So what's really going to help you is those 3 things. You definitely want to get the right content onto your homepage so you can be found for what Google or for what the client is searching for, right? You want to be able to get relevant relevant keywords, and you definitely want to have the right citations and backlinks. So the keywords go hand in hand with the content, getting that on the homepage. That's number 1. Number 2, getting the right citations. And number 3, getting in front of those backlinks so that way you can have more power and trust flow coming from Google, and they can give you the authority to be on the top page for their search for an Atlanta handyman. All right, so that's all I have for you, CJ. I hope you found this very, very helpful. I look forward to chatting with you again soon. So give me a call. We could talk about what's next steps, and how we can see a growth and the time frame it will take. So basically the scope of work if you are interested in moving forward, okay? Other than that, thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care.